Another player down. This time doesn't need medical attention, so to be a frantic 5 minutes remaining, I presume, as that is headed in the back area. Quick corner. Chance for the Spanish team. Ball across the face of goal. Still chance. Referee looks away. Chance for the Titans to break away. Is there some late drama here? Narrow escape from a penalty call for the Titans. They seem to have the majority of the fans here, so there was not so many voices calling out for a penalty. But that was another big decision from the man in the middle. As we have a free kick. Ebagire se basipana banange bae bannabe bawangula World Cup. Bano bali wano bafuluma empaka. Obona bagenda kwa babwenkanya naye ekizibu kya goolo teziwera. Tebalinayo goolo difference. Ate bano balinayo 3 bano aba green. So kati babeera bayitawo. Well, this will be another card as Oketa was going on rampage. Actually, it was Emma who checked in the second half. Kalukwera. Emma is the man down as we have about 3 minutes of normal time. That's a big lounge from the man who started on the bench against a fellow substitute. This is a Faizo Chaze. Spanish city tile heading out of the competition. They will be one of the first sides to exit from the group stage. And they will do so in the most cruel of ways because they will go out on goal difference. Contrary to their Spanish counterparts who went all the way in the World Cup. And that's one of the topics that you will find with the Premier Sport podcast every Saturday. As Faizo gets his yellow card. That's the 4th player booked. Majority of the cards going to the team who are exiting the tournament unless they can do something in the next couple of minutes and stoppage time. Titans started short. Well, you can sense that the Titans want to chew up every other second on the clock. And you can see one team who are really in a hurry to have play start. So I'm sure this Titans team will be hesitant to attack. Kawes Livingstone, captain. Remember, he's already on the referee's book. There he is, the left back for the team. As another player goes down and the Tempers player yet again. With the 6 minutes of added time flashed by the 4th official. The 4th official who is not dressed like his comrades. Player jersey 16 is down. A lot of emotion as they see money slipping out of their hands. The Spanish. And definitely there will be added time in added time. You feel sorry for the man in black. So much adrenaline rush as Saidi checks off the pitch. I'm sure there will be added time in added time. The 90 is already up. The Spanish heading out. The Titans are managed by a lady, and they have so many lady fans rooting for them. They will be progressing courtesy of a better goal difference, but is there any last dish drama? Up next will be the Arsenal fans versus Numa Clive. They want it up front. The Saleh Tiles FC. This is what it means to either of the teams. No one wants to miss out on that prize kitty of 100 million to be shared out by the top 8 teams. The Titans almost there. Spanish third. Anyway, will do for the Titans, as long as their goal is not breached. They are a couple of minutes into storming the knockout round, but they need to do some last-ditch defending here. Bannanga akabasipana wano kagwamu bajogensi mu World Cup, naye akabasipana kagwamu wano bagenda kuvirawo ku goal difference okujjako nga bagugoba, naye draw tebakolera kubawo tiimu zonna zijja kuba zigenze ku bubonero buna. Ono afissaawo goolo 3. Anti tojjukira nakugambye alina gwe yakuba omukaaga. Mukijuwa alina gwe yakuba omukaaga ne ziwera. Ono wa green. Kati awo abasipaana awo mbanja babikira bubikizi nga ye mwagunkwasa ogw'okubika ogw'essaawa yonna. Titans yakubawo ba Leopards 6-2. Kati kyova olaba ina goal difference ennene. Wazira nayo ne bagikubamu Batororo Boys, bagikubeemu bwereere. Kati bw'ogattaawo kitegeeza ziri ebbiri ze baamira ku Leopards ate n'emu gye baamira ku Tororo. Kitegeeza nti basigazaawo goolo ziri 3 kwe guli omukaaga gwe baateeba ku ttiimu nno egi emu yegenda obbayisaawo guli omukaaga gwe baakuba. Bo ba Spanish abasipaana baakuba Leopards 2-1 ate Tororo Boys ne bakuba 1-0. Kati kitegeeza golo tebasigaza. Mukitegedde bassebo ne bannyabo anti ebuleemu. Aba green bayitemu aba Titans. Omukaaga gwe baakuba Leopards gwe guli mu bayisaamu kati. Ne wano bongeddemu eddakiika 6 naye jjukira bagenzo zongeramu ate nwabeerawo omuzannyi agwa wansi. Kati awo tetumanyi. Final moments in this ball game. Can the Spanish stay alive? They hit the woodwork. Endless drama. The gods are not Spanish. Surely. He was out of his goal. They need it forward so quickly. The substitute with a big effort, unlucky, Muluya Abbas. Heartbreak for the Spanish City Tiles FC. They are preparing to celebrate. A team from Bugolobi, only 2 years old in existence, are beating a team that have been in existence for 8 years, coached by a former Cranes International, former SC Villa captain, as well as you are a defender in Jonathan Mugabe, the man famously known as Dante. He is heading out with his Spanish City Tiles team. Surely no more drama. The Spanish, he wants the pass. He opts to have a go at goal. And I'm sure we don't have so many seconds left in an enthralling, entertaining, goalless draw that has so many ramifications for the team from Bweyogere. Dante's team get a free kick. They need to take it fast, but only after the referee allows. Everybody forward, including the goalkeeper. Well, Mourinho did it with Benfica, asked his goalkeeper to come in front, and he scored the goal that had Benfica qualify for the knockout round of the Champions League last season, courtesy of better goal difference. And now we see a goalkeeper in this Hams Cup on this other end. Can Dante pull off a Mourinho here? Captain Kawes Livingstone, one of those standing behind the ball, but he leaves it. And everybody powers forward. Surely last kick of the game. Goalkeeper inside the box. Can they keep it alive? Everybody waiting for the final whistle. It's not coming yet. Goalkeeper still on this opposite end. Can he be caught out? He was trying to make his way back. Yellow card. They want a red card. Probably they think he was the last defender. And he was impeding or stopping a goal-scoring opportunity. He is a lucky man to stay on the pitch. Just for Baba Guno Katemba Agubaddemu ayitidde watono nnyo mujozi namba 4. Hams Cup eno ejja kutta omuntu. Sega wa Derek ye musambi afunye yellow card. Bayongeddemu mukaaga, tuli mu ya 10. Anti nagambye olwayongeddemu ate ne wabeerawo alwala. Baba Katemba mu Hams Cup. Titans balinda bulinzi wiso. Tebajja na kulumba eri, bajja kutwala wano kalaini. Neguita bwisi, and the final whistle goes. The Spanish are out. The Titans collapse to the ground and they burst into celebration, dispatched an entertaining goalless draw. This was one of them. Heartbreak for the Titans fans, or rather for the Spanish City fans, and the Bugolobi best side will go through courtesy of a goal difference. 4 points for either team, and the Titans will be second behind the Tororo boys, and the two will advance to the latter rounds of this competition. A hard day in office for the officials, some big decisions to do, but here at full time at the Ham Stadium in Nachivubo, it's the Spanish Tiles FC 0 and the Titans FC 0. The Titans go through.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Next time better. I mean, Katongo, Bonajari, Tungurupiza Pankwake, Bonagasi, Zimalayo, Madi Trust Forms Uganda, the world play Quatapo, Soroka, Kasima Yakabi, Masano, Eli Kutiseo, Presenta Maria, when the World Cup, then the Soroka, the Kutiseo, Bonajari, Kajukawa, Masa,
just planned as usual.
We're just going to.
So you guys are doing your show or you're building up this thing?
We're doing our show and it will build up eventually. What?
Because the plan was never to just come and take
I get. Man. Okay, so can we get up? That's what I'm saying. So maybe, because I don't know what you guys are going to do. We're going to talk about this thing.
So what we're going to do is we're going to take the first 15 minutes or so doing headlines all over the place. And then we give a general picture, the people who are here, the possibility of scouting. This guy was saying
They can be there.
I don't know.
Like a production. Kale, what are we going to talk about? Now you want.
We were thinking of doing basically ambience. Also
Ambience.
Number two, what it means for like here, scouting, telling them the game.
Let's get someone.
In fact, we don't need someone. We can do ourselves. Very okay. We just got way over. Where will be the one who will Well, on top of the evening to you as we send you all glorious greetings and welcome you to the Hams Stadium, Nachifubo War Memorial Grounds. It's the pavilion today with a twist. As we said, we're coming to a pavilion close to you. Jermaine Negesa, Ian Mutenda here with me. And it's the Hams tournament that's ongoing right here in our vicinity. The Arsenal fans set to take on Newmark Life. That's the game that's coming up in just a bit. But before that, plenty of headlines for us to delve into. And as always, the must-see sports show has to bring you all the headlines that close off the day. And we're here all for it. Good evening, Ian. How are you doing? Electric atmosphere. It is right here.
I know, right? I was about to say I'm competing with the music. I'm competing with the vuvuzelas and all that stuff. But yeah, it is nice for us to have the show somewhere else to get a feel of what is literally on the ground. So yeah, good evening to you too, Jermaine.
The last time we were here, it was a lot quieter, a lot more succinct, and there were a lot of tactics boiling over as we were preparing for the Uganda Cup. This time, we are in the heat of the action, but even more importantly, Ian, with plenty of very big headlines that are working around the world of sport. None bigger for Uganda than former captain of the Uganda Cranes, Emmanuel Arnold Okwi, finally hanging up his boots in a confirmation that came through this afternoon. He is done with the beautiful game and a new chapter beckons.
Yeah, to be honest, I think many people will be like, what do you mean? Has he been playing? Yes, Emma Okwi has officially been playing, but you have to actually think about it. It's one of those things where he is like Uganda's all-time top goal scorer. We don't really keep those type of statistics very, very well, but if you officially go and check the records, the name you will see is Emmanuel Okwi. So he clearly served this nation quite well every time we got into those qualifiers. Even in the main competitions, Emma Okwi stepped up. So yeah, very good career he had. Certainly played quite a number of games here. Tanzania, he's a bit of a legend as well. So I think it's only fair that we do pay the man those respects, because he had such a brilliant career, and like I said, especially when it came to the national team, and we wish him well in his retirement. Whatever he might get into, whether it's coaching, managing, or something that has nothing to do with football, we wish him well, but we also thank him for having such good commitment to the game.
I have personally interacted with him, and I've seen the way he understands, his level of understanding the game. I would be loath if we were to actually entirely lose him from the beautiful game. I from a sentimental point of view, do believe that he probably would have something extra to offer, especially to the next generation of the strikers that we have, with the wealth of talent that is accumulated.
No, I think there's no question about it. His ability to actually find the back of the net. When you're looking at some of the younger forwards in this country, we've always been asking ourselves, who's the next guy? Who's the person that can actually wear the number 9 or 11 or whatever shot number it was? Who can actually lead us all the way to the promised land, whatever that might be, whether it's about winning a trophy, whether it's about getting to the highest of levels. That is what we're trying to actually achieve. And if you have a guy like Emma Okwi, 100%, I think his contribution will be extremely important to the next generation. No question about that.
Well, we'll hopefully get to talk to Emma Okwi in the next coming days. Of course, we'll give him a few days or so to let
we have to give him some
the
time.
News flow through and roll over. It literally is an end of a generation for some of us who have lived in this kind of era. Now you realize LeBron James is coming to the end of his career.
Well, LeBron James has been saying that for a long time.
Yeah, every time he's like,
he's done,
I'm
but he's
done,
not. He's done, but he's not.
Emmanuel Okwi now is done, and a couple of others also going on. So really now that era is really moving on. But for one where we thought the era was just beginning, it looks like, I don't know, am I too quick to judge if I say the foundations are crumbling before the empire is built? Because the latest news that we do have all the way from the Blue Sharks of Cape Verde is that the coach Bubista has resigned from national team duty and is set to join up with a Moroccan club. The man that joined Cape Verde in January 2020 has been at the helm of this team, guided them all the way to the World Cup, and they put up a historic showing in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. Now, man is out to make some money at the clubs.
I was about to say, I think, yeah, it's brilliant for him to go make his cash, make his money, do what he's supposed to do, because, as they say, strike while the iron is hot, right? There's so much hype around him. People are actually talking about Cape Verde. If he has got a big money offer, RS Bakan, by all means, I think he could take it. Of course, it would be disappointing from a Cape Verde perspective. The job that he did, the way that he connected with that team and what they did, most of the other African nations were not so sure what to expect in terms of they went out there, competed against, these guys competed against Spain and Argentina. They never lost in 90 minutes. They play against Uruguay. Other nations went there.
They were the only nation Spain could not beat.
They were the only nation in the entire tournament. And the thing is, other teams, other African teams were in a strong position to win their games. At the very end, you can see mentally they just shifted. Cape Verde was the opposite. When they were trailing, they came back. When they were holding on to something, they fought like their lives depended on it. So what he managed to get, the connection he got, the tactics, whether they were sitting back in the low block like they did against Spain, whether they were being a bit more proactive like they were in some of the other games, he did such a fantastic job. So Bubista, there's no question, will be missed by the Cape Verde fans. And the truth is, Cape Verde were everyone's second best, or everyone's second team. I feel like even people from other nations wanted to cheer for these guys. And it might be a big loss for them. Who knows? Cape Verde surprised us with this run. Maybe they'll surprise us and get another brilliant coach out there. But whatever the case might be, Bubista did a fantastic job with that team.
Of course, he's not the only one who's made the move. We also saw Vozinia joining up with his new club. But he takes over at RS Bokani, meaning Momuni Chaban is the one that leaves the coaching dugout and will now take over as the head coach of Tunisia, the Eagles of Carthage. If I do dare say, potentially one of the hottest seats as far as national team coaching is concerned in Africa right now, because to be honest, Tunisia haven't just been on the grind for the past couple of days or past couple of tournaments or so.
Yeah, I will never forget the comments from Hannibal Mejbri after the game, after they were eliminated from the AFCON. He literally said they're 10 years behind the rest of the other African teams. I'll never forget that because they beat Uganda comfortably in that tournament.
Which says something.
And if they're 10 years behind, we're like 30 or whatever number of years behind. But the truth is, there's a lot to do in that country. They were such a mess. A country that seems very organized. Even when they didn't have the most talent on the pitch, it felt like they kind of had many things off the pitch going in a very strong direction. But all of a sudden, it felt like this time on the pitch they had issues, off the pitch they had issues, and they need to sort it out. So it's not a job that anyone could just go and deliver, but I think they need to sort out a bit more in the federation. It's one of those where much more needs to happen and not just the position of who is the head coach of Tunisia.
Well, of course, that is just one of the changes that we've seen, but it's been a slew of changes for the African nations, the 10 that took part in the African Cup of Nations. So now we know that Bobusta is gone. So Cape Verde do not have their coach. Vladimir.
Practically everyone feels like, because South Africa, there's a lot of talk of Pitso Motsimane.
They're not renewing the contract.
Ghana
of
as well. Felt like Queiroz was doing a good job. He had a good connection, but it was a short-term deal. Ghana probably will be looking for yet another coach. It feels like there have been so many changes across the board.
Haveri now is also the other that resigned immediately.
Yeah, he was one of two coaches that they had at the World Cup.
Then you also do have Pape Thiaw, who was sacked by
That
Senegal.
was a big disappointment for me because I thought they might do really well. He always looked like he was doing a good job with that team, but unfortunately when it came down to it, there was such a mess. I thought Senegal could have easily made the quarterfinals, perhaps even gone one step further than that, but for whatever reason it just went in the wrong direction for Senegal.
Of course, rumor has it that the person that they do have on their radar is none other than former Arsenal captain Patrick Vieira to take charge. Of course, we also know that
I would love it if that happened. I really would. Born in Senegal, he's got that connection, so I hope it happens.
So we also know that Emase Faye will not have his contract renewed, and Vladimir Petkovic, the coach of Algeria, also shunting away. You would think that the nations would want to build on the success of having managed to qualify and now having coaches that have that experience and have been tested in these pressure points. It's easier to keep them. It looks like everybody's
they're done.
New season, new me.
It's one of those things, Jermaine, where you have to think about a 4-year cycle. A 4-year cycle is quite a long time in international football, and most national teams look at those 4-year cycles and then they rebuild. It's rare to have what we had with Didier Deschamps doing multiple 4-year cycles, or Southgate, who was there for such a long time. Usually someone goes there, and for a young coach like, say, Emase Faye, you might get to that point where you start to consider club jobs or whatever, trying to do something different. So it's not easy for someone to stay there longer than those years, and it's no surprise that only one coach in the history of World Cup has actually defended the World Cup title. It's rare to have someone stay for a very long time at that level, but hopefully these African nations will find the right people and rebuild to the level that we know they're capable of, because all of them have so much potential to go and compete with the very best across the globe.
All right, we are right in the heart of Kampala City. It is the Ham Stadium, Nachivubo. In just a couple of minutes, as you can see right behind us, the teams are beginning to warm up. We're going to be joined shortly by the head coach, but maybe just in 1 minute, the never-ending story that keeps giving and giving. The fiasco at FIFA, Arsene Wenger lending his voice.
Yeah, you know what's interesting? It was one of those where such a big person at the top of the global game, Arsene Wenger, we all respect him as a coach. We know what he did with Arsenal. We have a very clear idea of his football mind. He's always coming up with all these crazy ideas. But him being the head of football development at FIFA, he didn't say anything. In the middle of all this noise with FFE and all the noise that was coming out from FIFA, Arsene Wenger was quiet, but finally he actually spoke up. And for Arsene Wenger to come out and say that he does not, or he did not know much about it, and he does not agree with the money, well, with the game being sold essentially the way it was, I think it's a good thing, because many people were starting to wonder whether Arsene Wenger, Mr. Football, has also been bought by this whole money thing. So yeah, I think it was significant that he actually spoke.
All right, away from the Arsenal of Arsene Wenger and now to the Arsenal that we do have here on the turf, we definitely have to start considering looking at what's happening here. Big game that is coming up. And of course, we're definitely going to have some bit of a review that is coming our way. And we'll definitely be taking a very quick break in just a bit and giving you some of the link bits that are happening. And of course, the tournament having the proprietor currently running the show. 100 million was the original kitty that was expected. It was bumped up to 150 million. Word has it, a player was scouted for Express Football Club from this particular tournament and is joining the ranks. In a bit, we'll probably be joined by Hakim, that is who will be giving us a bit of the insights. Hakim Kassidi, one of the tournament organizers, will be joining us and giving us a bit of the insights. But Ian, as Hakim gets to join us on set, and probably, I don't know if he's unwelcoming us or we welcome him to the set.
We're welcoming each other.
We welcome each other.
We're welcoming him to the show. He's welcoming us to the stadium.
Ndugu Hakim, how are you doing? Good evening.
How are you? Good evening, how are you?
Yeah, very good to have you joining us here on the pavilion. Electric atmosphere. How is the feel of the tournament for you so far?
The feel is now good and the vibe is high. Reason being, at first we had 50 million, that's the first edition.
Yeah.
Second edition, 100 million. Now the big man, or the top boss, Doctor, has added 50 million, making it 150 million.
Yeah.
So the competition is very high and the teams are performing well.
And of course, going on to expand, and we now not only have Kampala, but we have multiple surrounding areas also eligible to take part in the tournament, not so?
Yeah, that's it. Because you have teams from Mutungo, from Mukono, Namtamba, from Luelo, from Mitiana. There are very many teams from...
And even the celebrities.
Even the celebrities, the TikTokers. So many teams.
Let me ask a very pertinent question to you, Hakim. With all the things that Doctor can do with money, and why? What is the point? Why did he feel it was necessary to have Ham's Cup? Because in my opinion, there's enough football going around maybe. I don't think you need to, again, spend more money after having spent money to construct a stadium and manage a facility that is a huge necessity for the nation. Why? What is the end game?
In the first place, we wanted to give back to society. Okay. Because you have many clients in the buildings, some clients in other companies, agro-based and everywhere. So that's the first point. We wanted to give back the community. Giving back the community, that was the first place. Second place, all the Ugandans, because they won't build the stadium, let them get to use the stadium, the pitch.
Okay.
So that's the second point.
Yeah.
Other things like promoting talent, because in the past tournaments, there's edition 1, edition 2.
Yeah.
We had players like Mnogela transferred to Vipers. We had Kachunchi went to Rugazi, and more players, Express, very many teams.
Yes.
Even I think Bryce will get more in the regional league.
He told me, he was standing there and said, let me scout a bit.
Yeah, let him scout players because they're here. Even some Premier League teams are already coming to spot players from Am's tournament.
Yes.
Because they are commanding all people from the surrounding areas.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and let's talk about the games themselves. By the time we walked in, there was already a game that was going on. Spanish Tiles versus Titans. Titans needing a draw to finish off and qualify. Spanish Tile knocked out because they needed a win. Very competitive game by the time we walked in. A crossbar hit in the 92nd minute. The last time I was here, I think it was Newmark Life playing Supremacy, if memory reminds me. And then it was Arsenal fans playing. I can't recall who they were playing. But Arsenal fans was also playing. And it's on record, this tournament has at least 2.5 goals per game.
Yeah.
Well, this one didn't have goals, but it's been a high-scoring tournament, highly entertaining. I just want you to talk us through the next game that Arsenal fans are going to play against Newmark Life team. So what is happening there?
Newmark Life team and Arsenal is leading the group by 6 points. Newmark 4 points and La Prince 1 point. So Newmark for today, they need just to win or make a draw to qualify. For us on top of the group, they have to win. So if the Newmark is beaten this game, they won't call. If it's beaten and the Prince wins the last game against the Prince like 3 goals, Numaka won't qualify. It's like the last game, the game for Spartans and Titans, they wanted a draw because of goal difference, and Spartans wanted a win. So when they went in for a draw, then Spartans had to go outside, had to be out of the tournament.
Let me ask, this may sound ridiculous, but let me ask, is there entrance fee to come in and watch the games?
Yeah, so there's interest fee, but for 2 games,
Okay.
5,000 for the 2 games, because we give you other maintenance. We have we have a lot of tourists for the fans to enjoy the atmosphere instead of being in other local games when they just go in the bush. So that's like facilitation fee, not even interest fee, because as a stadium we provide everything to Nil. We give them good toilets, flushing toilets. We clean the stadium. Everything is in the same good and the good conditions for them to enjoy the game.
Oh, absolutely electrifying atmosphere, and I'm looking forward to probably seeing a very interesting game. But also, let's talk about the facility. I know Ian, of course, will have a couple of questions as well in here. The facility and the utilization. It's a multi-sports facility.
Yeah, it's a multi-sport.
We've seen a couple of teams, especially in the Uganda Premier, almost call it the English Premier League. I think it has something to do with being around the lights now. I'm getting carried away. But the Uganda Premier League. We've seen a couple of teams have already gone on to consolidate. This will be their home ground for the upcoming season. Are there any plans to expand and see if we can have more basketball games played here, more netball games? Or is it just we who don't know, but these things are already taking
basketball,
place?
we have Division 2 and some Division 1, they come here.
Yeah.
We have netball and other games. We have indoor, we have the gym, smart sports. So for the teams coming in here, it was upon football, you know, everything. They didn't reach the standards for the facility they had. So we have UPPC here, that's one. We have UPDF here. Again, Return Express and URA, we have 4 teams. And we have another big league team, Katida. So making 5 teams in the big played at Stadium.
It's going to make a very busy season for you.
Very busy season. We are busy from now up to December 29th.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. All right, we have just a couple of minutes. This game is starting at what time exactly?
7:10.
7:10. So that means we just have a couple of seconds before we can actually let you go. Do you want to hazard a prediction?
No, but what I can call it for draw 1-1.
1-1.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Maybe just as we wrap up, any other games that we can look forward to that are coming up very soon? Not tonight, but in
very
the
soon. We have, so far, this gate of my nose, we have Super 8 now because the transfer is from Stadium.
Yeah.
They are going to have the return legs between Friday and Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, Case taking on Bull and Maroon takes on Villa. It is coming this 2 days from now, 3 days from now. And even Arms Cup. Actually, what you didn't talk about is one, all the teams in Arms Cup, they are playing their last game of the fixture. So automatically, when they are looking for points to qualify to round of 16.
Okay.
That's why you see a very tense and very competitive games here.
Okay.
That's the not whatever. All the teams, because this was the 2nd game of round 3. This is the 3rd game. So by end of August, we are done with round 3. Then we are planning for round of 16.
Interesting stuff that we can look forward to. Listen, I must commend you and the entire organization of the tournament for making sure that more opportunities are extended towards the sporting society or ecosystem, but particularly football, expanding the horizons and maybe giving a chance to those of us who would have wanted to, try a few dribbles but are not going to be scouted by Bright Stars. I think it's a very commendable effort. You do have our deep gratitude, and please convey our thanks to your entire
team.
Even we allow
NBA Sport and every NBA team to come in for the 4th edition.
Not with Solomon Saka.
You never know it can go to 200 million. You can be winners of that 4th edition. So you train well and you come in and join the Arms Cup 4th edition, the coming one. So registration is starting in this period of December because this time there are a lot of teams. We didn't know that it's a competition. Let us come and join. So you can be one of the people who are going to join for the 4th edition.
Asante sana, Mr. Kasidia. Thank you for making the time to talk to us.
Thank you.
Yeah. Right, there you have it, Mr. Kim Kasidia, welcoming us, of course, to the Ham Stadium. Brilliant atmosphere it is. Ian, any thoughts here just before we get off the pitch? The lights are fully up. It's clear. It's pristine. That means we are just set for seconds away from kickoff of heavy duty.
Yeah, I'm just here for a good time, not for a long time, Jermaine. But
No.
yeah, looking forward to it. I hope Arsenal fans lose because I'm a hater like that. But to be honest, the Arsenal guys have already qualified, so it will be fun. But the previous game was so dramatic. Even though I hadn't watched the previous games, I loved the drama with everyone trying to get forward. And yeah, looking forward to this one as well.
Right, we need to get you handed over to the team that is going to be running through commentary and the entire broadcast, the likes of Michael Chigozi, and we'll be joined, of course, by Stuart, and then Fifi Fiona Pinky will also be jumping in there. But before we go, I must remind you that what you watch shapes what you think, what you feel, and what you believe. So the question is, who decides what appears on your screen? You do. It's your screen, it's your rules. You better get ready for the campaign that's coming up. For now, we'll hand you back to the broadcast team that's bringing you the live edition of this particular matchup, the latest installment in the Hams Cup.
Under the fine lighting of the state-of-the-art facility is where our last game of a doubleheader tonight will be a grudge match that will pit one of the loudest fans in this particular competition as the Hams Cup goes ahead. And there is a picture of some of the fans who are beginning to warm their voices up because the Arsenal fans UG will be taking to their last Group G fixture against Numa Clive. The top two teams in this Group G clashing tonight for their final group action. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to NBA Sport as we bring you the last of our games in this doubleheader where the Arsenal fans UG already assured of a place in the next round will be looking to make it 100% from this group, having garnered 6 points from the 2 games that they have played so far. Even without this fixture, they are already guaranteed of a place in the knockout round, having garnered 6 points and scored 6 goals, conceded none. Ladies and gentlemen, before them is a Numa Clive team who have 4 points, second on the standings, and this is how the Arsenal will look like tonight. They have some of the loudest fans as they look to seal the deal. First time they are competing in this Hams Cup, and they will be expected by their fans to put on a show just as they have done in the last fixtures. In their opening fixture, they did take care of La Prise by 3-1 and went on to win against Supremacy by 3-0. That's where they have gathered their 6 points, and they will now look to make it 100% against a Numa Clive team who picked up 1 victory on the night that those 2 teams did play. Numa beating up Supremacy by 3-1, so it was a day full of goals. They played in that doubleheader. Numa were first to win against Supremacy by 3-1, and then the Arsenal fans took care of La Prince by 3-1. So 8 goals scored that very day, and now the 2 teams who are topping this Group G are going to be going head to head. The referees are coming from FUFA at the regional level. Katolu Walira Patrick will be the man in the center, assisted by Sauda Chikuvire, and then the second assistant referee is Kalareo Tony. There will be those ones tasked with adjudicating tonight's grudge match. A last prayer for one of the benches. No team has managed to snatch a point off the Arsenal fans UG. Can Numak pull off that victory? We'll wait and see how they go about this particular. A game of no goals in the moments gone by, but this is a team that know how to score goals. A point for Numa Clive will almost certainly guarantee that the third place team, who are on 1 point, do not touch them, and that is La Prince. But La Prince, who play tomorrow, have a chance if Numa Clive do sleep here. So ladies and gentlemen, be pressed for a night of festivity down here at the Ham Stadium, Nachivubo. My name is Michael Chigozi, and I'm going to be taking you through the 90 minutes or so of this particular ball game. Basebo ne banyabo tubanirizaako n'atereera wansi w'ebitaala bino ebyaka nga bitemaga n'okufa obufi. Kweno facility gy'oyinza okugamba nti kookomya amaaso wetoleko Ham Stadium wano e Nakivubo, era nga ttiimu etannakubwamu ng'ate yeekulembedde n'ekibinja eri wano esamba omupiira gwayo okugenda okubeera nga guggalawo nate ekibinja kyayo. Arsenal yayita mudda obubonero 6 okuva mu mipiira nate 2 bagenda kusamba Numa Clive erina obubonero buli 4, era nga abali mu kyokusatu aba La Prince basobola okubeera nga bagikwata, naye nga bawangudde buwanguzi singa Numa Clive wano eseerera. So kaakati omupiira referee amaze okubeera nga agujjako akawuwo, omusajja bamujje ku rijono ng'era ye Kato Patrick yatuli wakati agenda kuyambibwako Sauda Shukuvire ate Tone Kulairewo naye waali bulungi nnyo okubeera ng'awuba akatambaala ku saidi nate endala. Michael Kigozi nkyaliwo bulungi nnyo okubeera nga nkutuusaako guno gwenna munnaffe gwe tusuubiramuko amagoolo mu mbeera eno. Eno Numa Clive yegezaako okubeera nga nate erumba kyansi wano. Arsenal baagala gibeera nga bagitulisa, jjukira yakamiramu goolo emu, naye bwe gutyo omupiira gugenze bugenzi bweru. Mu ddakiika eno esooka abakulu baagala kutandika n'amaanyi, bassebo ne bannyabo. Clive balina obubonero buli 4 nga bwe tubadde twogera awo. So kumpi wafuna akabonero kweno ttiimu ya Arsenal, tujja kuba kitegeeza nti zino ttiimu zebbiri ze zisobodde okubeera nga nate ziyitawo naku olwaleero. Bonna bakyempima wano eryanyi okulaba ani yaani mu nteekateeka eno. Obviously, Arsenal has some of the loudest fans, and I'm sure if a goal comes like we have come accustomed to in this competition, it will be something that will light up. But here they have to do some defending. The goalkeeper spills the ball. Already there is a threat to the goalkeeper's goal. It is Bashir in the... But here Arsenal do have their first attack of the game. Arsenal, can they score? Goalkeeper Bashir Akutenyo. Guno guna asoboka guno bano nga beereetera tebaagala bomaliri guno simanyi nayiseewo dda mbusimanye beke. Arsenal yadde yayitawo dda naye eyagala kubeera nga nate eraga eryanyi lyayo nabo bafuukeko ba champion b'ekikopo kino ekirimu obutitimbe n'obutitimbe. Ate omugagga waali tujja kubeera nga twongera okubeera nga tukulagako mu mbeera eyo. Tebannanzikiriza ddala n'okubayitira mu line up. Guno asoboka. Arsenal yayitamu dda naye teyagala kumanya. So for Numak, they have Senyonga Bashir as their goalkeeper. They have Kato Julius, Chirumira Jazze 2 Elias, Pario Calvin in Jazze 4, Ogwang Francis Jazze 8 as The goalkeeper for Arsenal gathers that. He is called Chibungo. Have one name. Ziraba Roni is the other starting player for Numak Life. They are based in Mengo, the team in the green. Arsenal with their away kit. They are the away team, the designated away team in this fixture. Abiti Moses, the other starter. Nyanzi Shafik, Sewanyana Robert, Chisozi Mande, and Chigoye. Ronana is the other player looking for goals for Team Numak. The Arsenal fans this time are advised to sit on the away side. So they are the fans right there in your picture. They have Chibungo in goal, Arsenal. Mutebi Alex, as that ball rolls out. Sentongo, Ivan, Nkuo James. They have Kajimuna Soul, Molika Patrick, Damba Timothy, Katende Eric, Suna Hamidu. They have Chibirango Eric, as well as Kaise Sani. Remember, Stephen Bengo does coach Arsenal, the former ex-international, as the referee Patrick does signal a free kick for Arsenal. In the midfield, Kawaya Felix is the head coach of Numak Life, who are based in Mengo. Of course, Arsenal recruit from everywhere. So the Arsenal fans, UG, bebaino mupira wano bali kusaidia abagizi babere pira mu boxi. Goalkeeper naberanga bwatyo wa Numak asobodde okuberanga kukuba ebikonde Senyonga Bashir. Timu zereetera Arsenal yayita mudda. Numak eri kubonero buna naye nga la Prince ezambe olw'enkya erina akabonero kamu esobola okubeera nga ebasanga, naye katulabe ebintu nga bigenda okubeera nga bitambula. Ogusoosawo tubagambye Titans eyiseewo yadde bakoze 0-0. That's Felix Kawoya on the Numak bench. So Numak Life. Arsenal want to clear their lines. They build it from the back. It's been a common feature in this tournament. As we have a chance for an attack for the Arsenal. Balina abawagizi bangi nnyo nga ewandisuubidde. Arsenal bagiteebyemu ggoolo emu yokka sofa. Gw'amaggoolo mu tournament eno gabadde ganywa we tujjidde mu match day eno nga twakasambayo emipiira 38, eggoolo ziri 374. Kati awo balaabalamu emipiira 38 ggoolo 374. Tournament erimu ggoolo baaba. So Numak will attack. Cross into the goal area, and the Arsenal goalkeeper gathers that. Mukulu gwe bayita Kibungo ye goalkeeper wa tiimu eya Arsenal. Jukira ba goalkeeper balina kwambala mujozi kutafaanana na tiimu yayo gwe yambadde. So kyova olabanga goalkeeper wa Arsenal ne goalkeeper ono omulala bo bambadde mijozi gya njawulo. Eryo kiri mu tteeka. So omukulu gwe bayita Tony Kalairewo aflaginze offside ku side ya tiimu ya Arsenal ebadde erumba. So nga ate wano omupiira bagujje ku kigere ky'omusambi wa Numak. Kade gugenda bugenze bweru. Jukira Stephen Bengole twasemba okubeera wano nga Arsenal fans ewangula omupiira gwayo kula Prince yagobwa ku kisaawe mu kitundu ekisooka zaali dakika nga 37, so nago gwali mu talking points nyingi nnyo, but Arsenal are already through to the knockout round. As we said already, 32 teams in 8 groups of 4 each. The Arsenal fans, Uganda, lose possession in midfield. Ball played back to Ogwang Francis. McLeif try and build from the back. Kato Julius wants it, doesn't get it. Instead, it is played up front. Now he has it, just a 6. Mulongo Kato. Numas in this opening, or Numak Life in this opening few minutes look the more comfortable team on the ball. But this time, Chisozi Mande is called for an offside by Sauda, and elite referee as well at the regional level. Ball forward by the Arsenal fans, Uganda. Confident gather in the midfield. Confident play. So Arsenal's goalkeeper Chibungo will gather that. Of course, he can't hold it from there. So Arsenal fans, Uganda, look to attack through Jase 18, Sani. Now to their captain 4 is Nasur Kajimu. Five is Eric. There he is jostling for possession in midfield. Numak Life. Nekuberanga guise nekugenda bugenzi ebweru mu dakiika zino eziguddewo 12 0-0 mu kino ekikopo kya Hams Cup 2026 awangula miliyoni 3 naye nga ne ttiimu endala ezinamaliriza mu 8 abakulembedde zijja kuba zeewangulira akasente okuva omugagga Haji Hamis Kigundu, era waali bulungi nnyo mu ssaati y'enjeru nga bulijjo okusobola okulaba nga naye yeeyotera ku NBS Sport nga eweereza tournament yeffe twagamba tetulekayo mupiira gwonna gwetegeka butegesi otuyite tujja kubaawo. So aba Arsenal bagezaako okuva mu bbaaka yaabwe wano bagezaako okusetolinga n'ogwasooka nno goole yasooka yabatawaanyaamu okufuna naye lwe baafuna ne ziwerera ddala. Ogumu yaguwangula 3-1 omulala 3-0 ttiimu ya Arsenal. Ate bano bo bawangulayo gumu bwe bakuba Supremacy goal 3-1 ku lunaku lwe lumu Arsenal lwe yasamba. So kati bakyetaagayoko akabonero kamu kokka. Bano bona bamukajoza aka green okakasa nti bagenda kubeera ku luzannya luli olw'okusirisizaawo. Byonna bino wano ku NBS Sport. Ball forward for Numak. A point is enough for the team in green to advance. Arsenal has already advanced to the knockout round. They will wait to know their next opponent after all the 8 groups have been completed. Numak Life have their first corner of the ball game. Ball comes off at the right back. Mutebi Alex for Arsenal fans, Uganda. They are about 6 years old, the Arsenal fans Uganda team. Coached by Ogwang, or rather they are coached by Stephen Bengo, the Arsenal fans. And now there is a chance for Numa Clive from Mengo. This is a man who showed some good ball technique in the midfield. They are gathering the ball. Look at what's down here. Everybody in town is here. As we continue to champion Ugandan sport, of course, we look for all these grassroots tournaments. A tournament that has been a scouting ground for even some super division clubs. That's the top tier of Ugandan football. Only Super League players and the level 2, which is called the FIFA Big League players, are not allowed to take part in this competition. The rest of the other players are eligible. This is the world of Arsenal. They are not as loud because they know it's a foregone conclusion, but also I think they are waiting for a goal, and then you will see those flags in the skies. Well, Team Arsenal in England did play their first official pre-season game, and they won that rather comfortably, beating Girona by 4-1. Kai Havertz being one of the scorers, the other being Max Doman, the youngster, Gabriel Jesus as well. Of course, before that they had played MK Dons behind closed doors and won that by 3-0. But here the Arsenal version of Uganda. Let's see if they will put in some goals at the back of the net. They are in attack. Chance for a shot on goal. It's a catch for the Numa Clive first choice goalkeeper Senyonga Bashir. And his team will now try and launch an attack through the midfield. Well, that's out of bounds. As Chisozi Mande made that run, the left-sided forward. And now Arsenal. They're trying to settle on the ball, Arsenal. They lose possession though, but regain it in the middle. 0-0. The earlier game was a 0-0. This game just a formality for the Arsenal fans, UG, having qualified for the knockout stage. Let's wait and see if the coach will try and test some of his players that he hasn't used. Coach Stephen Bengo. He's coached, of course, super division clubs like Wakiso Giants, the defunct now. So, Numa Clive from Mengo need a point in this ball game, but you can clearly sense that they are going for it. 8 loses it in the middle, but still an attack for Numa Clive. Too hard, too wide. And Arsenal fans will breathe a sigh of relief. Basebo ne banyabo tuli wano ennakivubo wansi wa mataala agatemagana okufa. Tunoonya goal esoose mu lunaku ogusoosewo tegutuwadde goal, naye Arsenal ebadde eziteeba nga ziggwawo lwa buwoomi mweno competition. Ogumu yakuba 3 bwereero, omulala ne yakuba 3 ku 1, nekitegeeza nti ezo wiini 2 zigimala okuyitawo okweyongerayo wali aw'okusirisizaawo. Ate ono gwazannya naye yeetaagayo akabonero okukakasa kubanga la Prince asamba enkya asobola omusanga alina akabonero kamu. So awo Numak Life y'engeri gyegwetaagamu. Bakyajja luli baagaana okweyawulamu abawagizi ne batuula sayidi yombi. Ku luno enteekateeka ekyuseemu. Ba Newton n'abawagira Numak bali sayidi eno gy'olengera. Bavaali Mengo era nga omu kuba bateekamu ssente ye mwami owa Chato Motors atunda motoka nnene zirukululana zi L4 forward bwe zityo era emabega ku mujoozi gwabwe ojja kulabayo Chato Motors. Omukulu oyo bamuyita Chato ayagala ttiimu ya Liverpool. Bw'abaaseno obukosi beefaako bangi beemala tebeetaaga siponsa. Amukutte ekyammeremenya. Well, just the 18. Ye Kaise Sane afunye free kick ya timu ya Arsenal. Buli kali ku ttaka okalaba olwa kamera zaffe ezitangaliza ewala. 0-0 the score. Arms Cup is already reaching its knockout round. Tournament expected to end in December. And the Belgian winner will walk out with 30 million shillings. As we watch the teasing efforts. I thought that was a cross, but I could have gone anywhere. As Sane goes down again, the attacking Arsenal player, they are building their own small duel and battle with that defender. Temugamba nti lwaki tuweereza nnyo egirimu ttiimu ya Arsenal. Abakulu abategesi be balondawo n'abamanyu twabalaga, baselebrity twabalaga. Naye gye tugenda mu maaso tujja kwongera okubalaga mingiko, naye nga sofa kati tukyabalagayo match days 3 mu mwezi. Mpira ebiri wano ku channel eriwo okubeera nga evumbula ebitone. Michael Kigozi ge mannya. Throw in for the Arsenal. Tukola mu nnimi 2 fena tubeere atpa n'ekigenda mu maaso. Badde mbagamba nti Arsenal yammwe eri eya Bungereza yazannyemu empiira egy'omukwano. Eno ye ya Uganda eri wano erumba. Eri yateebye amagoola agawera, yakubye Girona mu mpira gwayo guli official gwa pre-season. Golo zabadde 4 ku 1 ku weekend. Naku lwabadde lwa mukaaga ku ssaawa zaabadde 3 ez'ekiro era abantu nga Kai Havertz n'omuvubuka wammwe Christos Zolis gwe mwakasayininga okuva mu Club Brugge n'ateebako goolo ey'okubiri adde nnungi. So nga ate Max Dowen akavubuka akato ka myaka 15 nako kasobodde okubeera nga kateeba awamu ne Gabriel Jesus. Naye nga omulala gwe yasambayokko gwo tegwali official, baali beggaliddeyo bisenge nga bazannya ttiimu ya MK Dons eri mu League 1. League 1 kyekibinja ekyokusatu e Bungereza. So sofa gye mipiira egy'omukwano ku lwokusatu lwe lwenkya Arsenal yammwe ejja kuba ekomawo nate mu nsiike ng'esamba ttiimu ya Real Betis. Bagenze eri mu Northern Ireland gye bagenda okubeera nga basambira nate omupiira ogwo gwanala basanyuka TV ku makya wakati wa ssaawa 1 n'essaawa 2. Nja kubeera nga nkubulira ttiimu news zonna ezifa ku mupiira gwammwe ogwo gwa ttiimu yammwe gye muwagira eya Arsenal n'ebya Vinicius Junior we bituuse. Numak Trying to boss possession here. This is Chisozi for Numak. Possession is as going for a minute, say, taken over by Arsenal, but I think this was out of bounds, so the referee calls the ball back for Numak Life. They need a point. They won one, drew one. The other was a 1-1 draw that they managed against La Prince. And La Prince will play tomorrow against the bottom team, Supremacy, who have no point in this fixture. Well, it looks like we might just see our first yellow card of the day from Mr. Kato Patrick, the man in the center. He officiates at a regional level where Border Union will be playing next season. Border Union or Border Sports Club, one of the teams competing in this particular cup or competition. And Mr. Kato Patrick here in the middle will unleash his first yellow card of the ball game. I'm yet to see Stephen Bengo standing up. So the man in the center goes to contact the second assistant, Sauda. They are both at the regional level. I wonder what that could be about. Remember, I did tell you that Stephen Bengo was sent off that day when they beat La Prince by 3-1. It was live here, and it was in the opening half. Opening 37 minutes of the game, he was gone. Mr. Stephen Bengo, the head coach of Arsenal Fans UG. Well, the referees are advised to stand when the players come to them. They are supposed to make 1 or 2 steps and then stand. But I don't think this man is surviving a card. The referee will be so kind to let him off. Pario Calvin, just a 4. But looks like he has been convinced. I haven't caught eye of Stephen Bengo, the Arsenal fans coach. If I do, I will, as the Arsenal fans UG prepare to take this free kick. So Arsenal yamwe ya Bungereza eri ejja kubesamba Real Betis olunaku olw'enkya olwokusatu. Details zonna njaziba kusanyuka TV ku makya wakati wa saa 1 n'essaawa 2. Naye wano yo Arsenal fans UG agala kubeera ng'eteba wano goal. Well, that was a teasing free kick. Well, it was headed for the net, top corner from just the 5 Arsenal, who is Chibirango Eric. As we approach the half-hour mark, game live for you on NBS Sports. 0-0 on a day we are yet to witness a goal. Arsenal have scored 6. Ball back to Chibirango. It's quite a live wire as he shows off some fancy footwork. Chance for a header. Well, that flies out of bounds, and Numa Clive will breathe a sigh of relief. Numa Clive, ball forward. headed out for a throw-in for the Mengo best side. Has already shown some fancy skills as well in that midfield. Just the 8 of Guang Francis for Numak Life. But the Arsenal left back will try and find his attackers. But instead, Numak will play it back to the goalkeeper and start their attack once again. But ball stolen. Kati no biyinza okubeera nga bitabukamuko wano naye Arsenal bafunye kona ku side y'abawagizi baabwe abasinga obungi. They are becoming louder. I wonder what team Hamis Chugundu supports. The CEO Hamis Group of Companies. As Arsenal will launch one of their own, but easy catch for Senyonga Peter Bashil, who opts to start it quickly. But there is a foul in front of the referee by Nyanzi Shafik, just the 18. Well, it didn't look intentional, and that's what you want to see. Already half an hour gone here in the first half. Most goals in this competition have come in second halves of games, as Chibirango Eric launches one, but he wanted to put it over the top of that defense. But Numak will build from the back through their goalkeeper Senyonga Bashil to the right back Kato Julius. Third edition of the competition that has unleashed some stars that we watch in the big time here in Uganda. Trying for one. Hits the crossbar. Did the keeper have a touch? I don't think he did. Well, the team captain has been quite impressive in this opening half an hour for Numak Life. Ogwang Peter. Well, the man in the center, his first yellow card to the man who survived the card last time, as I pulled down a player. This time, no mercy, as Pario Calvin goes into Mr. Kato Patrick's book. First player booked in this ball game, as we continue to await our first goal. Pario Calvin yasisemu omusajja nene wabeerawo abakavuyovuya urifuri ne bamwetooloola n'abireka ne biyita, naye ku luno agambye tamusonyiwa mujozi namba 4 owa Numak Life. Nga Numak Life mwe bannamengo bano abasajja aba green bava side eyo. Bw'oba oyagala okunoonyako ttiimu gy'owagira, bano abaaseno bali Uganda yonna. Senyonga Bashir, what are you doing? Confident man. Omugagga waali tujja kwongera omukulagako n'abawagizi weebali naffe weetuli. Well, some good pattern of passing from the Mengo best side, but this time Probably I jinxed them, commentators curse. And it will be a throw in. Arsenal fans UG. The Arsenal assistant coach is only known as Brazilian on the official team sheet. Anti Arsenal mweyagaliza. Seba assistant coach ye Brazilian. Ye linnya lye Nina. Meanwhile, a corner for Numa Clive. Corner kick on the other end. Chance for Numak to take the lead. Ogwang Peter wins the free kick. So confident on the ball. Ogwang Peter. Chance for Numa Clive, goalkeeper out of his goal. Chibongo catches that. This man was lacking. Just the 18 in Sane. Sane Kaisa. Good pass. Chance for Numa Clive. Some fans had counted that. But it goes agonizingly in the side net from Sewanyana Robert. Just a 9 for Numa Clive. We saw an entertaining goalless draw earlier on in the first of our double header that we had today. Numa Clive looking to launch it in the danger zone. Chance to test the Arsenal goalkeeper. But instead Arsenal for a moment had stolen that one, but Kajimo Nasur could not direct his pass to his teammate. Now they have possession again. Arsenal fans UG. There's Nasur going to the floor. A bit of a late whistle from Mr. Kato Patrick, the man in the center. It will be an Arsenal free kick. Is a catch for the Numa goalkeeper Senyonga Bashir. Ball forward. Well, that coach that you see there, well, he's a man so animated on that bench. Is Kawoya Felix, the head coach Numa Clive. As the goalkeeper gathers. Omusajja bulemedde ku Arsenal. Fans Uganda obwa Numa Clive bo bali Menga ku Mengo Primary School awo we bubesingira ateekamu ssente ye Chato Motors musajja adiringa mu motoka nnene era ye team manager wa Supremacy nga nno wano wetulengera mpira nga gugenda wabweru. Supremacy yava muno mweno tiimu ya Numak. So omukulu zombi azikulira gwayita Chato Motors omuwagizi wa Liverpool. This is what it means to some of the fans. Well, somehow even our own cameras caught off guard just as the Arsenal defense was caught napping. Well, Numa Clive take the lead. It must be from that man who had a test at goal. Numa taking the lead. Must be Sewanyana Robert, just the 9. They need a point to qualify for the knockout round, and they have taken a first half lead here. Arsenal fans, UG stand. Defense caught napping. Robert Sewanyana, just the 9. Giving Numa Clive an early lead. And only the second goal that Arsenal have conceded in this competition. La Prince yebadde yasemba okubateebamu era ye tiimu yokka ebadde bateebyemu. Abaaseno omukulu gwe bayita Sewanyana Robert goolo baakubye yakifuusa. Tuzibiriddemu katono bwe tuti nga guli mu katimba. La Prince yokka yebadde ebateebyemu. Arsenal temanyi kigikubye. Oba kino ekijja si muntu ekya Numak. Kati kowulire eddiba. So that is how the goal came. As there is another chance from the same man, Sewanyana Robert. Well, that's how the goal came. Some sloppy play in their backline. Let through into the goalkeeper's net. Really a gift, you can say, from the Arsenal players. As Chibirango goes down. Chibirango Eric. No bagabudde ngabule. Defense ya Arsenal ya kisa nnyo. Tiimu yaabwe eri gye babagira e Bungereza yo yamaliriza season nga yesinze okudifendinga obulungi bano. Mpozi copy. Bwebera iPhone tebeera ya copy defense eyo. So that explains what happened. Abazanyi base nabasinga badde batunudde neeri nga bagulinze omupiira maaso, kumbe ekiri eno emabega nga kipa ne munne bali mu kugabula. Chance for Arsenal. Chibirango. That's what we call the zero. Deliberately refuses to attack the ball, instead leaves it to his fellow attacker. As Numa Clive attack again. As we tend towards the closing minutes of the opening 45 minutes. Our first goal of the day scored by Robert Sewanyana. Victory will see Numak top this Group G, 1 point ahead of Arsenal fans, UG. Numak Life. Kuluno baka nezanya abagizi be bategeera naye wiso evuze. They have never been this quiet, the Arsenal fans, UG. Well, if my mind serves me right, La Prince must have taken the lead against Arsenal for the only goal They had conceded till this. Let's wait and see if there will be a turnaround, just as it was on that match day. La Prince yabakulembera aba Arsenal mweyo golo yekka gibadde baakamira naye ne beerwanako ne baguwangula 3-1. Abawagizi ba La Prince basaidizeeyo ekazo abo ba La Prince, ettiimu eva saidizeeyo gwe oli mu nnakazo kawempe kiki saidi eyo route. Abo ba La Prince gye bava balina ekkoona Numak. Did I say La Prince? No, Numak is from Mengo. La Prince is the Kazo team, sorry. So it's Numak against Arsenal fans UG as the fourth official will signal 2 minutes of added time here in the first 45. Corner for Numak Life. Out of bounds. Ekisaawe kisirifu oyinza okulowooza abeetegekera bibuuzo nti bali mu library. Zino ez'Emakerere ne institution endala. Ogwang Peter, the guilty party this time for Numak Life. We already have a yellow card. It was a 2-man challenge on the Arsenal's jersey 15, who is Mutebi Alex. He's the right back for this Arsenal fans UG team. Look at the picture quality from our camera crew. Ogwang plays it back as a minute has already been played on the 2 added. Ball forward. Numak bazze beetaaga kamu kati balina busatu. At least mu kitundu kino era babeera bajja kulembera ekibinja, naye guno gubatoloseeko ne gugenda bugenzi ebweru. It's the Hams Cup 2026 as Arsenal have a free kick in the closing moments over this first half. The first goal that we have witnessed all day long in a tournament that usually breeds goals, and that will be the last bit of action as Mr. Kato Patrick calls the two teams for a 15-minute breather. The man of the moment, largely gifted, but he stayed with the play. Sewanyana Robert opening the scores. The easiest goal he will ever score, and it gives Numak Life the lead in this game, and they'll go top of the table if they can maintain this. The Arsenal fans on the opposite end so quiet, because even if they have gone through already, they want to see their team winning. But at halftime, Arsenal trail by 1-0. Let's be back in about 14.
Stadium tugenda maaso nga tutambuza ensonga era nga etwogera half time wewunzikidde lefali wagende maaso nga awunzika omupiira nga ttiimu ya naffe ba Newmark abakyakulembera goal eri emu ku bwereere nga bakulembedde Arsenal fans Yuki wetwogera goal etebedde omuzannyi bwato Sewanyana omuteebi ono ng'azannya ne ku ssaza erya Gomba ono ati yali abaddeko top scorer w'amasaza bajjukira ekikopo Wudu kye yatwala mu mwaka 2024 bwe bali bakuba ttiimu y'essaza erya Kyaggwe etwogera. Of course, waliwo elements ezimu zetusobodde okuba nga tulaba naddala omulungi agenda maaso nga ogoberera NBA Sport atu waleeko Saleka Afro Mobile ng'ogenda maaso nga ogoberera enteekateeka y'empaka ze eza Hams Cup mu kabiikalo ke balimu ak'okubinkanira obukadde 15 obwateekebwawo Alhaj Amis Ekigood, of course sponsor ate nga yinanyini kisayi kino, of course agenda maaso nga ensonga zino azikwasaganya obulungi ennyo nnyo ddala. But tulabyeko ku mupiira, of course gwogamba nti yes seniority olunaku leero yeerolekedde naddala wotulina touchline tuka ttiimu ya Arsenal egeza okujja mu mupiira guno nga ono nti omuteresi waabwe of course abakulembera mutwogera ku mutende Stephen Bengo of course ali suspended oluvannyuma olufuna red card ku mupiira guli gwe basemayo baali bawangula so nga ate olaba nti akatebe kabanaffe ate abanumak of course abateresi coach Davis nono nga batera okuba nga batambula era nga bwatera okumuyita nti mulongo munne. The elements of course zetugenda okuba nga twogerako of course zetulabyemu ko scenarios azendoozaako nti oba oliawo zireetedde lizaate eno okubeera ng'efaana bweti mu kitundu ekisooka okubanga banaffe banyuma kabakulemeremu ku zero ekisookera ddala ku ebyo oyinza okuba nga olowoozaako essayano ku ebyo oyinza okuba nga olowoozaako mu nteekateeka eno yembeera efuddemuko yellow card naddala eri omuzanyi centerback ndowooza mugala nga mulabi bulungi nnyo ddala kapiteni oso naakubira ku timu enaffe wabulemezi bwetunamuko yellow card jafunye abaaseno of course balekedde ebibuuzo bingi wasita red card lefali tumulabye agabye yellow card ekyasobodde okuba nga agaba mu incidence bwetyo olowoozamuko si byebimu ku bireetedde ebisaate eno okuba nga efaanana bwetyo esayalo nga bakulemedde omutugora emukubaerera abanyumako
olowoozamuko nti kiba kikulu nnyo
kiza yatuwa akapiira katono nnyo ekyaggwe kiza yatuwa katono nnyo
naye ndowooza ebibuuzo bisinza okuba nga byejjira eby'amaanyi okugeza ofawo gyakoze buli wadde yeebuuza is the last man
atabadde last man but there was a denial of an opportunity okubanga oli akuba goal
so kwe kulaba nga lifa yagezezaako okwebuuza esaidi ne saidi ageza ku lesman mwe namubuuzaako nagenda ku saidi namubuuzaako kyendowooza nti oba oliawo bateekeza decision entuufu eyinzika okuba nga ate eyamba omupiira but again kyalo kiyinza okwetagisa mukasi VAR okwetegereza kituufu kyekiyinzika okuba nga kibaddewo but at end of the day kyalo kiyinzika okuba nga kisaliddwawo oza okuba nga totaba nakyo kuba yali mu center and njagala nnyo disipulini ya klabu ya Arsenal babasaka klabu ya Arsenal tebasiwuuse empisa basale nga bakakubesera nga basamba bikoze ebiseera ebisinga akimu oba oyagala oba toyagala amaanyi gonna agasira mu sentalifali oyo kiba kyasazeewo kiyinza okuba nga ogenda nakyo obiraba luvannyuma nnyo.
Talk about the scenario ebaddewo makkati g'ekisaawe ani awangudde battle ya midfield because we've seen Arsenal fans Yugi nga midfielder waabwe jazz number 6 of course abadde ageza kukola nga maintaining ekifo but amaanyi ga Ogwanga kw'ossa omuzanyi Ziraba olaba otya midfield eno si yemu ku nsonga lwaki Arsenal okubanga erengeddwawo twogera mu half time.
Yeah, of course otuna midfield ya club ya Arsenal oba bagizi ba club ya Arsenal mulika Patrick abadde mujozi namba mukaaga eyo muko avubuka bali mukulayiko obulungi ennyo sene evudde aliko esiza lya buddu kati ali coach mwana akyali muto yakamasinya 6 ndowoozaako coach alise bulungi but of course experience wise eri omusambi ogwanga Francis then nezze baroni andowoozamuko nti ebamuneka age wabula wendi n'obuvunanyizibwa bwange obw'enjawulo nti ku side ya Arsenal creativity ebadde entono but again ne ku side ya tiimu ya Newmark muzowooza ina ku experience kubanga ndakuba maaso ag'abasambi ababiri ogwanga Francis ate erina omusambi gw'oyinzika okuba nga ate oyitanga ogwanga Francis ali kuba midfield akuba maaso gabe musambi gwe bayita abiti ndowoozamuko naye creativity ebuzeemu okuba nga aliikiza Sewanyana
left abiti obedda mulaba alina byayiyawo mpolampola
namba 15 but of course Hakim mu byonna mu Uganda creativity chances ziba ntononye zikuletingibwa abasejo kuno kuleba tunonye abasoka kwa pass yase ekisenge eyo kikyalawuza
the likes of Bokera abo ba Jackson Nonda
but again sewunya ku Newmark kuba batendesa bali ku Newmark beba muko abatendesa basibo kubanga bakuba basi timu nga wali ku kisaawe abazirizi bali kwa musanvu bali kuba basi ndowooza mukonti obolya mu kulimira kwa bayimya nga baka basatu ne abangi mu kuyema koti mu kutagenda mu maaso bayitirivu ndowooza muko bazze basuka bafuna akabonero olenegerigo jezeemu yakibwatukira so ndowooza muko ti midfield experience wise okulwanagana Newmark ekisiza okulabya Arsenal lw'amaanyi eyo ne physicality but instead of playing football then creating chances ndowooza mukoti club ya Arsenal Africa Patrick bageza okubanga bakola ekyo kifuko.
What do they need okubanga bayambako midfield naddala omuvubuka jazz number 6 tumulabye nti at least yene captain we ndowooza ng'ogyeko ekya captain okubanga bageze masuka nga bamutematema amukere badde nkamunyonyeri ddala olabira ddala nga wabaddewo embeerawo olowooza Arsenal erina kunywereza makati oba eyongeremu eri ku lugoba olute because tulabye nti chances bazifunye ne balemedde okubanga bakonvatinga.
Akimu ndowooza ekizibu kiri club ya Arsenal nti chances bazikuliyetinze naye finishing yeyinzika okuba ekyali etono nnyo.
So they need a striker.
Kati kirabira kyemanyi kirabira kuba kirabira asamba omupiira.
Yes.
Yatendeka tiimu ya Arsenal. Kyova bana bali mu kisaawe saizi z'embiri zaabwe gye gyakirabira. Kitegeeza nti kirabira agezeeko kubanga anoonya engeri kijje gye bajjawo emikisa gye gitondeddwawo. Kuba Arsenal eno behind the opponent y'omulabe.
Olaba nti nga tebanatuuka mu final third balina ekyenjawulo.
Ye final third eno okunyawo chances zikuliyetingiddwa. Ndebye Bashir akwatesa tiimu ya Newmark era akwatesa lya Gomba. Nga atagala kubanga abeera oli omuntu.
Omulaba nti akankana even n'olaba emipiira gino gya releasinga gigenda outside.
Kyendowooza nti balina okujja ne idea egezaako kubanga kwepira ku goolo. Kyendowooza nti balina emikisa mingi nnyo egiyinza okufuna egoolo. Nokode bayitawo dda naye tebandyagadde cruisinga game.
Are you convinced n'omutindo gwa Sewanyana gwataddewo so far half time regardless okuba nti atebye goal? Are you convinced engeri gy'adda patoningamu a striking line yawo?
Akyali muvubuka muto. Kyalina ebyokuyiga gyenowooza nti balina omuyambako okubanga ate atereera. Ekikompleting omusambi kwe kubanga nadamu nabamwenda kuteba mupiira. Ate ndowooza atebye wateba goal gyayinzika okubanga ateefaanamu ateebye. But runs n'okuyamba ttiimu okubanga ezannya ye ne Shafiq. Ndowooza muko tebalina kuvaayo kulaga nsi balina kubanga bawa kubanga bebamu ku strikers abali mu regional league abali ku level eno betuyinza okulowooza nti batuukire okubanga basamba bulungi naye tebalina kubanga bawa abantu ekifaananyi ekyendowooza kiyinzika okubeera ekituufu so balina okwesitula n'okweyongeramuko ate byegoolo ate okujja mu geemu eno ng'abatendesa bali ku ttiimu eno
naye yennyini
bamufuumudde ku ssaza lya Gomba naye waateebye gwabadde okumbi gwabadde eri mu kibira ayina akantu kayambudde okulaga abantu ko sibisomye but of course ekimufuula obwenjawulo kwe kuba nti ateebye omulimu gwagutuukiriza ate ndowooza nga kikulu naye byalina okuba nga akola ndowooza mutalina kuba nga abikola bulungi ye ne Shafiq ko balumisa abatebe babiri ye ne Shafiq balogana communication
kitegeeza style of play abo eyinza okuba nga efaanaganako ena system ya 442 gye bakubye
bagenda basanga nagwo not players bagenda kujja beetamu basamba omupiira
because we've seen him ne mu kujja okuba egoal Trent omutendesi alinga ng'amugaye n'afulumamu kebbali eri ku right ne yeekubira ku namba 7 yasokola nga
kyendowooza nti alina okwongeramu kumu mu movement ng'omusambi kwondogera ku muvubuka eyali top scorer season ya 2024 kitegeeza nti akadde kano alina okubanga neveno yagivaako ko so mugende byenika okubanga akola alina okwesitula singa aba akufuna mu kaliyayi.
Let us talk about the coming second half. Osuubira ki mu second half? Do you see Newmark okubanga yongera ku golo gy'erina oba olaba ttiimu ya Arsenal okubanga eteekawo performance ey'enjawulo?
Ekisooka tolekwa abavubuka balaze mu warm up abapya bali waneeno Bakiza Joseph bali waneeno basobola okujja
abareetemu bazibikire goolo kuba oyo kenyipini
olwedde balina goal ekyenjawulo ekiriwo nti Felix omu ku batendesi ennaku zino abakkiriza okosiidinga egolo munekika zonna ezizizeewo
ekitalingawo
so egolo emu eyinza okuba nga temumala n'engeri klabu ya Arsenal gyerimu okuba nga ateesabamu ku kisaawe abagizi oba ttiimu ya Arsenal ogenda ku goalkeeping department omuvuka kibumbu ndowooza muko ti bali mu kusaba omupiira ogunyuma just kwongeramu chances z'okuba nga zikuleetinga naye for Newmark
luza maturity yesinza okubakuba
yerimu kuba kubanga ebakuba decision making ezisobola okuba nga tezikolebwa kuba kibungu abadde asobola okusima omupiira gugere mu maaso natasobola kuba nga akuba kasu gye badde kubanga akola but Arsenal ndaba esobola okuba nga eteeba omupiira kuba tulesawo kye tuliko akiimu abakibazeeko ebbanga ojja kino ekizimbiddwa esayidi y'ekisawo eno esayidi yeeno gye basinga okuba nga
Tinaalongo
eno ye
Naalongo yemira
wakyaliwo chance eraga nti ogenda klabu ya Arsenal nengeri gyesambamu eri mu bikola bulungi kirabira yasaba ku mupiira engeri gyatesemu klabu ya Arsenal omupiira gwe bamaledde okuba nga bayitawo kuba tebayungudde
yo talents of course
ndowooza muko kyongera okuba nga kiraga nti bole baagala okuba nga bayitamu n'ekitiibwa kya klabu ya Arsenal ngayo.
Okay, ku bimu byayinza okuba ng'oyogerako mupiira guno singa gugenda bwe gutyo of course second half we are expecting ttiimu ya Newmark okuba nga akulembera ekibinja ne points zibeera musanvu kosa agenza okuyingira geemu eno ng'alina points ziri 4 ate nga klabu ya Arsenal egenza okujja mu geemu eno ng'erina points ziri 6 mulambira ekitegeeza singa eluusing esigala ku 6 naye ba mu kifo ekyokubiri ate Newmark naba nga akulembera wabula if singa omupiira gugwera mu draw kitegeeza nti Newmark abagera ku points ziba 5 ate Arsenal nagera ku points 7 so there are chances obali ya Arsenal okenda waggulu oba Newmark this is the battle where it is ani gwosinkana ng'oyitiddewo mu kyokubiri ani gwosinkana ng'oyitiddewo mu kisooka cause we all know toba oli awo abakulembera ekibinja abeera top but nini before okuba nga tugenda mu second half element y'okubanga Arsenal ezanyira nnyo mu baaka yaabwe. If they bring the same approach mu second half, do you see them surviving? Teba conceding it?
Of course,
because I've seen them nga building up from their back. Confidence.
But what a club ya Arsenal said eri kugwangula kade kano. Eri Arsenal yanyumisanga abantu.
Arsene Wenger, the like says.
Kati kijagolo ekiriwo balina okubanga bajjawo emikisa egitondwawo. Balina okugera okutondawo okukumikisa. Yengeri yokka yayinza okubanga amalako okubanga wangula omupiira guno. But ndowooza mukoti kirabira Isaac atendeka timu ya Arsenal ne technical team ye yonna balina okunoonya engeri bagenda okubanga bajjawo emikisa egigenda okubanga gitondwawo n'okwogera okuleetenga chances ziziko okubanga tezibeerawo. Kino kigera kubeera kikulu nnyo okubanga kyambako timu ne but for Arsenal chances bakyazire so okubanga siwangula omupiira guno oba okufuna amaliri mu mupiira guno singa bajjawo emikisa egyo egitondwawo.
Are you convinced with the performance y'omuzannyi bw'ati amanyiddwa nga Kadongo Baka ne Mande?
Omanyi Mande omu kwavuka kuba namba 3 asanyi zina basobola iko bulungi.
Eli modern.
Bwetwogera ku level ya Regional League, Amasaza, University Football League, level ya wansi. Kato is the top player mu kitongole ekisibizi.
Tumulabe ku buwambe ebbanga lyonna ku Kyabwe.
Natimu ajjamye kubanga ateeka kominga obulungi ebbanga lyonna. Seri mu namba 3 omusambi Mande. Guys, atepira musambi mu Uganda Kaize ku level ye gyasambirako. Amusooka mu namba 3 ajja bulungi maaso.
I think it is Semayanga yeka.
Asibira. Ndowooza mukoti buli kimali okubanga akikola bulungi nnyo. Of course ekikubaluubiza mu kino kintu kimu nti olw'okuba beesanga ku tiimu y'emu nga tebemanyi kumala kabanga kanene kizo bakalubiriza mu movement olaba Safiiki Nyanzi n'omusambi Sewanyana rani zizabwe okubanga bakulosingira omupiira nga connection eziko okubanga ntunyo wakati waabwe naye wamala ebbanga ali wamu naawe wamala ebbanga musamba mwenda eggwanga lina okubanga lyerinda omusambi Mande kuba y'omu ku abendowooza amagenda okuba namba 3 mu ggwanga.
Amanda oyo gwe twogerako, of course he got an opportunity okubanga yegenda ku timu ya Sports Villa because we all remember Saturday yakubanga ali ku Kyaddondo pira gwali muyitirivu nnyo ddala era AC Villa oba olyawo mu kutendesi Basena nayagala okubanga amutwalayoko naye there are rumors and ebimu ebitatambula bulungi bwati natasobola kubanga yegenda ku timu ya Sports Villa. But Didi ani awangula second half for second half only regardless the half time nga webadde
ndowooza muko nti ndaba amaliri eddakiika zonna ekyenda
kuba ffe twagala gweyegera
second half ndaba nnyo Arsenal egenda kuteeba eggoolo egenda okuba yekolayiza bugwe mu maliri second half Arsenal esobola okubanga egiwangula.
Arsenal eyinza okuwangula second half
because wetebe goolo ebelevolize bulevolinzi ekyokubiri ekiwangudde so betebedde goolo yayo so njaba okuteeba eggoolo simanyi obe nasobola okwekipinga n'okukuma empisa netakonsidinga eggoolo eyokubiri but kuzeba okuteeba ne baaka ya Okubezo Kato Eliasi banda zetu yasobola okubanga bateebwa bwe
polisi pariyeri wansi
pariyo naye gyali eri akubanga akuba side eri
Nyuma kansajja there is a lot of experience mu baaka yaabwe ne makati wenyini
Nyumaka on paper balina abasajja batuuka balina okubanga omupiira jase kizibu okubanga kibeerawo omupiira gwa dakiika 9 and si firimu nti oba oliawo tatafa Felix yali best coach w'epakasi n'okusona evuddemu kawe mabega kati of
n'atwala ebbaasa semu
ne bamuwa n'ebbaasa yakoca oba teyakulabamu
amanyi okumyansa
Arsenal ekyalina omukisa ogukyasa okubanga kufuna equalizer naye for experience club ya Nyumaka gyerina abasambi beerina bamanyi kitegeeza okubanga bawangula omupiira bamanyi kyezika okubanga kitegeeza omupiira ndowoozamu koti Nyumaka ekyalina omukisa okuwangula omupiira guno Arsenal kyezika okubanga ekola esobola okubanga etamu nefuna amaliri but for the win ndowoozamu koti Nyumaka ekyalina omukisa mingi nnyo okuwangula omupiira guno.
Okay, kale katudde mu kitundu ekyokubiri Michael Kigozi abeere nga tatwala mu football commentary ey'empaka Nyumaka up against Arsenal fans Yugi.
Welcome back for the second half of this second of the double-header that we started the day with. It pits one of the most supported teams in this Hams Cup against Numak Life, the top two teams in this Group G, going head-to-head, and Numak celebrated a gift of a goal scored by Robert Sewanyana as Arsenal trail. Well, they haven't trailed in any fixture apart from this. In fact, the fixture against La Prince, I've just quite remembered that they did take the lead, but La Prince equalized before eventually Arsenal were able to score a second and eventually third. And so the Arsenal fans, UG, will make a couple of changes at the interval, introducing some fresh legs there. In jersey 17 and 19. So we are underway with the second 45. As Arsenal look to top the group, and as Numak look to hold on to their lead, which will see them eventually be the toppers in this group. So jersey 17 is Arnold Namanya, and 19 for Arsenal is Kawele Rodney, as Arsenal get a quick corner kick inside the opening few seconds of this second half. And the header from Numak is powerful. So basebo debanya butukomyewo nate mu kitundu ekyokubiri nga Arsenal gwe mulundi ogusoose okubeera nga egenda emabega mweno empaka muzina empaka za Hams Cup eza 2026. La Prince yagiteebamu naye era Arsenal yasooka okuteeba muwogo. La Prince neefuna equalizer. Eventually Arsenal neeteeba eyokubiri n'eyokusatu ne baguwangula 3-1. Omulala bagukuba Supremacy 3 ku bwereere. So baayitawo naye wano Numas Life eba ejja kulembera nate ekibinja. Chance for Arsenal to get the equalizer, and so they do. That's how you want to start a fight back inside the opening 2 minutes of the second half. After making 2 changes, the flags are in the skies. They are over the moon. The Arsenal fans, they've scored their 7th goal of the tournament. And if it was to come from anywhere, it was always going to come from that man, Chibirango Eric, cancelling out Sewanyana Robert's goal. First controlling the ball with his left and then finishing off, and this is the look on the man that also coaches Gomba FC Kawoya Felix, assisted by Nono Davis, who also coaches Sazarie Gomba, and the man who scored the goal also features for Gomba Saza. Their goal has been wiped out. Basebo de banyabo Arsenal ekomyewo mu kyeso. Kibirango Eric shot 5 abafunidde goal ey'ekyenkanyi mu ddakiika just 2 nga zigenda kukola buweezi ez'ekitundu ekyokubiri. Kati awo ogenda kuwulira omupiira ye goal ey'omusanvu Arsenal gyetebye mu competition eno eya 2026. Kati abawagizi bavuddeyo mu library, obedda abeetegekera ebibuuzo bavuddeyo. The stadium is buzzing, especially on one end. A quick pass start saw them winning the first corner inside the opening 30 seconds. And then the second attempt on goal. In fact, the first attempt on goal in the second half has resulted into Arsenal's equalizer. Well, Numak drew with La Prince 1-1. And now they are drawing with Arsenal. But they have a victory under their arms. Remember, La Prince are playing Supremacy tomorrow. They have a point. They have 1 point. And Supremacy does not have a single point. So they can't progress. So La Prince are expected to ordinarily pick 3 points off Supremacy. And that will bring a whole equation so tricky for Numak. If La Prince were to win that, and Numak Life were to draw here, both will be on 4 points, and it will go down to what we saw earlier on in the day, goal difference, the dreaded goal difference. So wanange timu y'Emmengo bagikedde wano jukira kumpi yakuŋŋaanyiza essaza lyonna ery'Eggomba abateebedde era tiimu ya Green azannyira ku ssaza ly'Eggomba. Bakooki bonna babiri, Kawoya Felix ne Nono Davis, bonna batendeka Ggomba aba tiimu eno eya Green. So essaza eriri wano Arsenal nearly win a second corner kick, but instead it will be a throw in. The red and white in full view now. They are on their feet. They want to top the group, and the draw is enough for them to top the group, as Numak Life will go to 5 points and Arsenal will be on 7. As a player goes down, he's an Arsenal player, and that's a man who scored a hat-trick in one of the games I commented on, just the 16 Arsenal. He's the man on the ground. It's called Sentongo Ivan. Today he's playing left back, a man who scored a hat-trick in one of those Arsenal fixtures. It's quite interesting from Stephen Bengo and his coaching staff to play him at left back tonight. That's the man on the ground. Player Sentongo, and this is the CEO Ham Group of Companies, Dr. Hamis, alongside our own Fifi Fiona Pinky and Ewan Ruben Luyombo. He's seated on the side where this equalizer came. Mr. Hamis Chikundu. Well, a lot of vibe in the opening few minutes of this second half. The adrenaline hitting fever pitch. We already saw Joseph Green get a yellow card in Pario Calvin. Seems like we have another player in the books of Mr. Kato Patrick, the man in the center. Free kick for the Arsenal. Arsenal now playing from the right to the left of your picture. They are in their away kit. They are the away team today. Numak are the team with a lime green jersey for for lack of better color interpretation. Be a throw in for Arsenal fans Uganda. And it will be Mulika Patrick to take it high up in the air. Well, I did talk about second halves of this Hams Cup yielding the most goals. So that is the 3,745th goal scored in the 39th game of the competition. It's a crazy statistic. A tournament full of goals. Most importantly, it's full of vibe and full of talent on display. And the competition has that is saved from a corner, is it? James, a ball deflecting off James and the goalkeeper not able to save the corner. Well, what sort of corner was this? He's replacing the flag before he can take the corner. To mark life. Second bite at the cherry from the corner kick. Arsenal clear their lines. Now they can attack from the side that has the Arsenal fans. Hario Calvin for Numak, straight to the Arsenal player who went down, Ivan earlier on. Arsenal fans, Eugene trying to keep it in, but that's too fast for Sane, the forward. So quick start for Numak Life. The goal scorer, Robert Sewanyana. Battle in the middle. 1-0 the score as we approach the hour mark. Steady defending from the Numak defender. It was literally a breakaway goal that resulted into the Arsenal equalizer, and it was a gift for Arsenal's backline to be breached. But here, there could be another chance for Numak Life. But to the relief of the Arsenal fans, their backline recovers. Here is Sane. Can't go past Ogwang. Peter. One player on ground. That's the Arsenal bench. The Arsenal bench can be so animated, but you can say that of both benches tonight. So Numak to attack. Ogwang Peter, the team captain. What a pass. Can he keep it in? Nearly did. Emu basebo de bannyawo kitegeeza olwo Arsenal ku ntikko eba esigalayo era yebeekulembedde ekibinja gwe guno omupiira gwabwe ogw'ekibinja ogusembayo okufaanana nga ne ttiimu eya Green gyebayita Numak Life okuva Emmengo ejja kubeera yo egenda mu kifo kya 2 n'obubonero 5 kati ono alina akabonero akamu agenda okusamba ntaye yekka asobola obbajjayo naye bwe gusigala bwe guti aba takyasobodde bbajjayo so kitegeeza bana babiri babeera bayitawo naye buli omu tewali alekera munne buli omu ayagala kukulembera kibinja. Arsenal, the Arsenal attack, that's ambitious, another ambitious one, kept out by the goalkeeper at his near post. They are in delirium and catch fire it is doing. That takes some confidence to shoot from that angle and that distance. So corner kick for the Arsenal fans, Uganda. They have scored in every game of the 3 they have in the group stage. As that corner, is it kept in? It's not kept in, and it will be a goal kick for Numak Life. Abaseno bateebye buli mupiira gw'ekibinja. Eno goolo yakubiri yokka gye babakubye ate bo kati bakateeba goolo ziri 7 mulambirira. Mweno gurupu ebasinza okubeera nga bateeba omupiira. Naye nga Titans yemu ku ttiimu ezakasinza okubeera nga ziteeba mu mupiira ogumu, yateeba goolo 6 nga bwe twagambyeko. Arsenal breakaway, keeper out of his goal, player down. Where's the man in the middle? Straight to the spot. And the goalkeeper, Bashir Senyonga, goes into the referee's book. Second player to do so in this Numak team. Delirium in the stands. Bazuse jukira nagambye eyo goolo eri wa mugagga wennyini waatudde. Bamutunuddemu naye nga goolo yo emuli mabega. So a chance for Arsenal to take the lead. A disappointed Numak Life fan. This is the substitute. Came on at halftime. Arnold Namanya to win this penalty for the Arsenal fans Uganda. No hesitation by the man in the center. So responsibility for the player to put this one away for Arsenal's lead in this game. A couple of players going behind the ball, but instead they leave it for the man who scored their equalizer, Chibirango Eric. Eyatebye equalizer ya Arsenal yaguyimiriddemu Eric Chibirango forward azannya maaso tomulaba ne mujozi number 5 nolowooza nti back ezo yandi 12 kipa tolina kuvaawo paka ng'omusambi akubye ate ne bano twalina kuyingira munda mu box paka ng'omusambi agukoonyeeko lyetteeka Eric Chibirango to give Arsenal the lead. Chibirango, cool and calm as you like. This is what it means to this group. Chibirango with the double. And Arsenal with the lead. They want to make it 3 out of 3 in the group stages. And there will be a party here inside the stadium. Keeper goes one way. Chibirango Cole goes straight to the middle. And the opponents will make a quick change. There will be a party inside here. Thirteen checks in for Numa Clive, Serunjoji Patrick. And so did 17. Emmanuel hat-trick. He's on a hat-trick. Chibirango misses, but follows through. Chance goes begging. Well, they said teams are so vulnerable when they have just conceded or just scored. And this is a classic case. Numak looking vulnerable all of a sudden. Team weziba zakateba obanga zakatebwa. Banasayansi b'omupiira batulaga nnyo nti awo zibeera zirina emikisa mingi nnyo okutagala mu kaakatini oba kyekikudde ku Numak. Kati kawoowo meanwhile, Numak made another change of jersey 17. By the name Calvin. It's a party atmosphere for the traveling Arsenal fans. They are the designated away team today as Chibirango looks for his hat-trick. I told you already this Arsenal team has a player who has scored a hat-trick. All goals in one of the games, they won 3. And that is Sentongo Ivan. Today he's playing left back, just a 16. And now Chibirango Eric is on a hat-trick also, chasing one to make it 3. Arsenal looking for 3 victories out of 3. The Afro mobile app definitely is in use here as Arsenal are now running rings around this Numak live team. All of a sudden Numak look vulnerable. They look controlled in the first half. However, Felix, the man who is part of the coaching staff, in fact, he's the head coach of Gomba, the most successful Saza in the history of that competition, trying to guide Numak Life back into the game. He's the man who scored a hat-trick, Ivan. Arsenal to recover. He came off the bench. Ball goes out. Savatuka Kenneth, just 13, came off the bench, and so was Emayu Calvin Peter, just a 17. That's the substitute, one of the substitutes, Emayu Calvin Peter. As we approach the final 20, looks like the momentum has now shifted, and it's in favor of the Arsenal fans Uganda in this Hams Cup 2026. Whistle goes, and it's in favor of the Arsenal fans Uganda. Throw in or free kick. Just throw in. Yeah, you said that. Kati we munaleta Vinicius Junior munaba mukyagambikako. Olaba wano temugambikako mu Hams Cup. We munaleta Vinicius Junior tunaabawulira. Ball forward for the Arsenal attackers. Just 18 is Sunny. Well, a cross after the step over, but that goes out of bounds from Mulika Patrick. Good step overs, good piece of skill as he runs back to help his team. Here is Numak Live, one-on-one against the goalkeeper. The substitute, Sebaduka Kenneth, clearly had a lot of time and space to make the best decision. But I guess so much adrenaline at that point. Well, he looks left-footed, so probably it would have been better for him for the ball to be on his right side. Another step over, this time from Numak, and the clearance from the Arsenal backline doesn't go very far, out of bounds. The last few minutes of the first half, but reacting so swiftly to score in the opening few minutes of the second half. And they're on top now, dictating proceedings, but is there a way back for Numak? Remember, defeat coupled with a victory for La Prince tomorrow with a good scoreline might condemn La Prince to bow out of the tournament, or rather to Numak Life. Kati bano aba Numak kye mulina okumanya, bwe babakuba basigala ku bubonero buna, kyokka enkya waliwo asamba alina akabonero kamu, bw'awangula naye agenda ku buna. Kati olwo nga tudda mbiri ebya goal difference nga bwe bibadde ku bakulu baali be tukoze ba Titans ne munne omusipaana awanduse nga koloza ezimuggyemu. But here there is an offside. So kati bassebo ne bannyabo kyekyo bali basamba nkya abalina akabonero akamu, kyokka basamba asembye wa supremacy. Akati naawo onoowulira. Ati awuyinza okudda mu bya ggoolo La Prince bwewangula goal difference oyo kowulira amaziga enkya bazannya nkya enkya wali empiira ebiri so byebyo bassebo ne bannyabo ebiri ku ttiimu ya Numak Life They're tending towards the last quarter of the game. All of a sudden, Arsenal looks so much better. They are more of a unit now and playing with more confidence. As the referee will call on to the medics to try and pay some attention to a player down. The Arsenal fans also have a female medic, just like we saw in the earlier game. So this is the Arsenal bench, headed by Coach Stephen Bengo. His team getting back into the game. We saw a lot of niggles in the first game, not quite this one. Even the referee seems to be experiencing the same problem. So he has his own attention here, the referee, Kato Patrick. Getting assistance from the medical team of the Arsenal fans, UG. They definitely will be a party here if Arsenal can go on and win this game as they await their version of England to play Real Betis tomorrow in Dublin. I remember them in 2018 drawing with Chelsea there, 1-1 draw. Not the first time in pre-season, also playing a team called Dundalk. I think winning that one in 2020. So they'll take on Real Betis of Spain, a team coached by Mr. Manuel Pellegrini, the former Man City coach. Game will be at 9:30 p.m. UG time. Remember, Arsenal did also play Athletic Bilbao the last off-season in terms of their build-up. And then, of course, later on they will play Borussia Dortmund on Saturday as the Emirates Cup does get underway. So that's part of the program for the Arsenal team. We have already signed Christos Solis for £34 million, the man from Club Brugge, and he was part of the scorers in that 4-1 victory over the team that finished 19th in La Liga last season, and unfortunately they got relegated. That's Girona. They have been hovering around that relegation zone for quite a while, finishing 16th in one of the seasons, but then did finish in the top 3 in the 2023 season and met Arsenal in the group phase of the Champions League. Anyway, back to the Arsenal version of Uganda. They lead 2-1 here. Ogwang Peter aina wano gwakoloboddemu captain wa team eno. The decibel levels going a notch higher for the Arsenal fans. Ivan yagutandise yakuba hat-trick. Kati banoonyeza Eric naye akube hat-trick ye wano. Agende n'omupiira gwe waka yaze 5. The Arsenal fans, UG. Ball goes out of bounds. Olowooza nti bayingirira bwereere. Ettaano zo olina okuba nazo. Ne zino ttiimu okwewandiisa kuba oyinza okubeera eyo nga naawe weetegeka okwewandiisa bakuggyako akakadde kamu kokka ate gwe n'owangula 3 oba endala singa oba okoze bulungi. Offside flag raised by the first assistant to the frustration of the Numak Life players. Mr. Tony Kalaireo is the man with that decision as we enter our last 10 minutes. So Arsenal bringing in some fresh legs. The goal scorer will not have his hat-trick tonight. Chibirango Eric, the man of the moment. He's done his day's work. And a couple of players will check in, including Chintu Mansur, just 11 for the final 9 minutes or so. Arsenal looking to snatch victory out of the jaws of defeat. They have largely been the better side in the second half. Arsenal fans, UG. While Numak Life were on top in the first half. So it's been a game of 2 halves, as they call it. We saw as the substitute wins that free kick for Numak Life. Numak Life attacking, but the Arsenal goalkeeper is comfortable. Mr. Chibungo, ball forward. They will wait until tomorrow, if it stays like this, to discover whether they'll go and progress to the knockout round. This Numak Life team has already guaranteed a place in the round of 16. There are 32 teams that started this competition on June the 6th. And some of them are beginning to fall off. We just saw the Spanish City FC going out today following a goalless draw with the Titans. And this is Mr. Kawoya Felix of the Saza, called Gomba, the most successful Saza. The Saza that won it shortly after this competition was revived in 2004. They have gone on to win it the most times. The man trying to orchestrate Numak Life to still stay in contention for the knockout round. Free kick for Numak. Nakugambye esaza eriri wano, esaza eriri wano. Hey, jukira babakkiriza. Free kick ya Numak Life. omukwasi wa golo tafunye buzibu kibungo wa Arsenal era ne bamuwa obugalo bwe muziyita flowers ennaku zino ne bamuwa flowers ze abawagizi ba ttiimu ya Arsenal ye raya waabwe. Arsenal fans UG lead 2-1 after trailing 1-0 at half time. Probably the most difficult game they have had to deal with. La Prince asked them a few questions, but eventually Arsenal ended on top with a 3-1 victory after the game being 1-1 at some stage. Here they are looking for a third. They are used to scoring 3 per game. But the goalkeeper Bashir Senyonga felt he had kept it in. Frustration against the female second assistant referee Sauda. He's conceded 2 tonight. He's given away a cheap one. I'm not so sure he had a lot to do with the second one. As we have 5 minutes and stoppage time to look forward to. Bana Emirates si batabuse balaga wano nti newo bakulembera basobola okuva emabega naye bamanyira kuteeba 3 empiira gyabwe ebiri badde bateeba 3 kati babuzaako emu. Nomak oh, there was already a flag. He will not be a popular man for the Nomak fans. Second successive flag from Mr. or from the second assistant referee Tony Karaireo. As the clock continues to tick, there's some interesting friendlies to look out for tomorrow as well. As the player goes down for the Arsenal fans Uganda, gives me a chance to tell you about some interesting games to look out for tomorrow. Of course, on this channel there will be basketball, Namuongo Blazers versus the City Oilers, game 1 of the best of 5 semi-final series. If you love your basketball, you can watch out. The women's series has been paused a little because of the 3-on-3 action for the Youth Nations League. So that game will tip off at 8 p.m. Watch out for that game, one of the best of 7 series. But also some interesting friendlies across the globe. Chelsea versus Juventus, as well as the Milan derby, AC Milan versus Inter Milan. When did these two teams begin to play friendlies, these two rivals? I wonder. So anyway, that will be for then. But here, Numa Clive make another change. They haven't yet given up on the cause. But probably that's a frustration foul committed by one of their players. They do not know their fate yet. If La Prince win tomorrow against the bottom side, they'll be tied with this team in green with 4 points each. It will go down to goal difference then. So kyovola abakulu bano eno loosi esobola okubeera ng'ebayisaamu singa La Prince tewangula enkya oba singa goal difference tebeera mu favor. Bali babadde bagisingako goal emu. I think badde balina goal emu, bano balina 2. nga goal difference bano abakiragala kati okiraba nti kiri tight nnyo so kati balina kulinda nkya bamanyi abayiseemu eno ttiimu y'emmenge ya green owasolo n'agutereka mu bagizi ba Arsenal oba bagende nagwo simanyi It's always plus or minus, of course, with the referee's clock. A couple less or a couple more. So the fourth official indicates 4 minutes of added time. At half time there were 2. Now there are 4. Kanuma Clive! Well, the Arsenal fans are breathing a sigh of relief. Ono bamulese nga saabu baba. Abadde abakubye omupiira mujozi namba 13 gwe bayita Sebadduka. Sebadduka Kenneth, goalkeeper asigadde wansi ku ttaka kibungo wa ttiimu ya Arsenal. Ayinza okuba nga yeekubye ku mpagi awo. We saw the other game going into the 100th minute. This is the man who started the Arsenal fans UG version. The man in the tracksuit is credited for being the brain behind this Arsenal team. The version of Uganda. So Arsenal looking to make it 3 out of 3. Looks like Sewanyana Robert's goal will not be enough for Numa Clive to pick victory after that double from Chibirango Eric. Just a 5 of the Arsenal. Another Arsenal player goes to the ground and they are frustrated, the opposing team. They think it's a time-wasting gimmick. There's one of the substitutes, Calvin, for Numak. Arsenal need to clear their lines. They endanger Arsenal and they concede at the death. They concede an equalizer, but the referee says no. Well, what's the call from Mr. Kato Patrick, the man in the center? He had a big decision to make, awarding a penalty. I warned you about somebody who won't be popular tonight among the Numak fans. It will be this gentleman. Kalerekeu Tony does flag for offside. How the player came chasing it on my camera blind side. But well, Arsenal live to die another day. How big will that decision eventually be in the bigger scheme of things for Numa Clive? A draw would guarantee progress to the knockout round for the team in green. As another edgy moment for Arsenal. is rescued by the goalkeeper. The 4 minutes are up. Corner. Another foul spotted, and they won't be happy surely. Have Arsenal done enough to pull off the hardest victory so far in this group stage of the Hams Cup 2026? They will think they are over the line. But Numak giving it a last-ditch effort to try and fight for a point. But the referee will not allow them. Mr. Kato Patrick calls it time. And officials on the bench will storm the pitch as Arsenal have hung on for their victory. And the party can now begin because they have made it 100% from this group. 3 out of 3. They couldn't score 3 today after scoring 3 in the opening 2 group games. But this means they top the group with maximum points. And now the party can begin. Nomak will have to wait for tomorrow's game to try and see if they have hung in there and somehow storm the knockout round. From us here, it's been Michael Chigozi for the entire team. We shall wrap it up on the touchline. But here at full time, it's Numak Life 1, the Arsenal fans Uganda 2.
Okay, what to feel up better was going to come of course game as what they been in a team Arsenal final on Peter Bakude come against Kwanga kwa team ya Numaka goals Billy Abweto ku emu mpira mbuko Chibirango just number 5 gwendo Santiatera yabade man of the match oluvanyuma take out performance bade yenjawulo enyonyi taluna ko eranga goals atebye zimo tuteka tutogera okubanga yakulebedde abatebi mu mpaka zireza Hams a Cup campaign ya 2026 mu mukaga. But I don't know how, hey my brother, ekintu wanga kyasin egera teba mu second half n'ogamba nti Nalongo egera 10 Nalongo emisese
abamaze ebbanga abagoberedde ebipiira gya Uganda n'ekitabo kino ekolo yene esinga okubanga enywamuko omupiira abamanye nakivubo bwoba tebakusaidi edda emakerero bako ey'owino yetanywa nnyo naye esaidi teri owino ey'okudda makerero saidi egolo esobola okubanga atenywa so nebawazizamu nti nekafuna club ya Arsenal ejja nesabamu omupiira gekulaga nti nnungi ekyokubiri nayogedde ku bazibizi ba club ya Newmarket nti tebali comfortable ku mupiira abakato balina experience ba Eliasi balina experience but basanga timu ekozesa omupiira basanga timu eri comfortable ku mupiira basanga timu ejawo emisingi itondeddwawo ndowooza mukeesi okubanga ate ebikola era nja kuwa credit yaliko omusambi club ya kesi ku timu y'eggwanga kirabira Isaac yazzeewo nakulasa busuti entuufu
nenengeddeko omuteresi munne Bengo Stephen of course naye abaddewo waleringa notisageza kulanga azigaba mpolampola but kyekisiza okubanga kireetera obuzibu naddala abasajja bano abannumaka ng'ongyeko defense yaabwe atuuka about midfield nga bwe badde ndowoozamu abavubuka bano nga ziraba midfield tebavudde mu mikono gyabwe ko second half tukiriza tugaane
twakyogeddeko wano akimu nga tumalako ekitundu ekisooka nti obubukubuzi buyinzika okubanga bubeerawo yenkolagana eriwo mu makati g'ekisawo kya tiimu ya Newmarket nti performance eno eyinzika okubanga chances zikulietinga zibeera ntono nnyo eziyinza okubanga teziyamba atiimu okubako kyeyinzika kubanga enkola kyekibaddewo experience weeri amannya weegali abamu badde ku kikopo kino nerowooza olunaku lubadde lwabwe ani olwosa midfield eganya okulietinga chances eziwerako etiimu okubanga ate ezijjawo.
Chagwe captain of all time agamba atya oli kiriya kulikayo mupiira kyekiganye where was the problem ekivuddeko oba olyawo kubanga ekyo kitabukamuko
esooka tetubali na mukisa olunaku lwaleero kuba buli kimu tukikoze netubali na mukisa manye oyo omupiira gwonna ogujjamu nga tolina omukisa gwe gusooka naye nga tusaamye ate ne baponenti baffe babadde balungi batusinzeeko tutuuse ekiseera tutta midfield neeta ate nga ekisawe kino kinene buli woota abasajja babagenda samba ne mutandika osamba naffe babbaaka baba batutuukako nnyo kubale tulina kyakkola omusajja mupiira gujja nnyo mu mabbaaka tuba tulina okukola ensobi.
Amwana Kato, what next eri gwe nga gwe omuzannyo of course ku timu ya Newmark akikyoyinza okuba ng'oserikira abawagizi bammwe ng'ogwe omuzannyo ku club ya Nafuba Newmark FC?
Okusooka okwebaza abawagizi baffe abaze ne batuwagira. Tubagumya omwaka ogujja tujja kukola bulungi mubeere bagumu omukisa gubadde waffe season eno.
So credit tugiwe timu ya naffe aba Arsenal fans yugi. Twebaza nnyo Mwana Kato Julius. Kingpin munachakwe ajudde emirimu musajja ku buwambo sajja ebintu abyakolere ddala nga bulungi
nkuta wakyaliwo omukisa otimu okuyitawo balina points nnya goal difference zibawula singa timu ya Prince Tewangula na goals nyingi musobola okuba nga muyitawo olaba omukisa gukyayinzika okuba nga weeguli guyinza obayamba okuddawo waggulu.
Simanyi na kumanya oba omukisa weeguli omukisa mutono nnyo
teguli mu ngalo zammwe.
Teguli mu ngalo zaffe.
Katukasabira ebisinga kyakabi toyaza nnyo toyazeke katulabate omu ku bateresi ba tiimu ya Nafuba Arsenal fans yugi coach Arsenal Regatas
ogamba otya
olikiria
tumugyeko tukubye
nakulanga akatebe tonywedde kaliko
nkubye kochi wasaza ddamba
maama ate gwe babadde nabo babadde baki
abaliwa
ababo bateeka muri
ewa nina kochi Bengo nina Brazilian nina Kibirango Peter kati ayansobola
Kegale soko mulireko ko biche bisinzo kubanga biwamuza timu ya Arsenal kye kibaddemu ekyenjawulo compare ku timu ya Newmark
traininga wamu basambira wamu basambira ku masaza nga asatu abalala ba university bona nkuzemba bavuddemu academy bona nzemba groominga iringa project
akagambo eriyo yo opponent godda ku kosi wano wo mazo kubanga osukkawo
atola bano yabadde asinga obunene mujjemu ne mukonamenti taliimu
weewaawo mulika Patrick performance weebale gy'otaddewo olunaku olwaleero kyekiyinzika okubangulira ku geemu eno kubanga muyiseewo n'obubone omwenda.
Nnyinza okwogera mu geemu eno okusingira ddala tusooka okwebaza abakoki baffe okutukkiririzamu kuba ttiimu yaffe bw'ogiraba tolina musambi gwogamba nti ono w'amaanyi nti oba ki ffenna tukolera wamu nga ttiimu omutima ogwo gwe tuteeka ku ttiimu batugee tukole nga ttiimu kuba tuzze nga underdog ku geemu eno nga tukimanyi ttiimu eri etusinga amaanyi naye okukolera wamu n'okuba ekitole kye kisobozesa okuwangula geemu eno.
Aliko gwolona nga MVP mu geemu eno
gwesolona nga MVP mu geemu eno
Lwakito kyewa!
El Capitano, how are you papa? Ugamba otya soko itowa soko ugamba otya?
Ndi bulungi sebo.
Ebintu nkuyagala nnyo second half engeri gy'obikoze mukozi wabadde mu maaso naye n'ospulinga n'oddamu mu makkati awo nobanga ekintu ekijjeyo tekisiza okuba nga kibawamuza omupiira guno nedala ekitundu ekyokubiri ekigambo ky'omuteresi oyo bwe yabasonsose
ekisookera ddala nja kwebaza Mukama olw'obuwanguzi bwatuwadde olunaku olwaleero amannya nze Kagimu Nasulu omupiira gwatawanyiza mu first half naye ndowooza nti ekituyambye okutereza second half kochi waffe wanjawulo omupiira naye yagukuba ali tekiniko nnyo bwe tugeze mu dressing room kochi Benga alina byatulazeemu bwe tubijjeeyo ne tusobola obimplementinga wano ku kisaawe ndowooza ebitusobozeza owangula omupiira n'okukolera wamu nga ttiimu.
Bangambye ttiimu ya Arsenal ze zimu clubs ezisinga okusasula asooka ni kabonasi
ensonga yo bamaneja bagikwasaganyiza ddala siina
temubanja nga bebuddu
tetubanja ekyebuddu gwakitaddemu
alese kyabwerere
ekyebuddu olese kyabwerere
kapi ate okubye basaza oli ku university empaka zino zoogerako kiziyambyesemu abavubuka kyekisembayo
empaka zino zituyambidde ddala olw'ensonga batugana okukuba amasaza ne basalawo ne bagamba akuba university erigi tolina kuba amasaza which means zino empaka zituwa platform kyekisooka n'ekirala otuweereeyo nga tuli mu kyalo ofuna ekikupushinga okuzowa kyoba olina geemu kati geemu ng'eno ebadde y'amaanyi eno tonamenti eyamba nnyo okugyayo ebitone by'abaana n'abasambi obutabeera idle abatakuba masaza.
tweyaza nnyo El Capitano wa ttiimu ya Nafuba Arsenal of course ebintu gwe basobodde okuba nga bikwasiganya obulungi ennyo nnyo ddala akutta ekintu ekigenda masuka nga kitamula bwatyo tulandize olunaku olwaleero wano ku Hams Stadium again tukomawo n'ebirala binnyo nnyo ddala tujja kubyatuusako nga ebitamula ku NBA Sport Afro Mobile NBA Sport 2 byonna nini anaki bwe tutambula olunaku olwaleero.